Hi everyone, it's Diane Evans with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So if this is one of your first times joining me either on Facebook or on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page, or you're a member of one of my Facebook groups. So welcome. It's Mystery Wednesday. I do my mystery challenges totally different than the way I used to do them. I used to give measurements. I used to give, clues on where it should go and everything else. But I changed that up a bit, about over a half a year ago. And the reason being for that was I was finding the interest was dropping off. So what I do now is I give 3 clues. And in those 3 clues, basically, you should find something that is in your stash that you can actually make these cards. Okay, so the clues today are, and I've got to look at this, is Christmas, animals, and circles. So I hope that you'll have fun with this particular one. I'm just going to jump on down to my desktop here. So I am going to use the seal of approval. Have you seen this cute, adorable stamp set? What a great stamp set to use for the little ones like your granddaughter or your grandson. It could even be for your own small children yourself. So this is something that is kind of fun with it. I am actually going to do a corner fold card. I haven't done one of these in, I would say, it's over a year. And I thought this would be kind of fun. I can incorporate, well, from this stamp set, I can incorporate the animals in there. I can also incorporate the Christmas in there. And also somehow I'm going to get the circles in there. Now, one other thing, just to let you know, this is actually a team challenge that Kathy did for our team, the Dragonfly Crafting Divas. And basically, her challenge for the rest of the team was Christmas and animals. So I'm kind of going ahead and I'm kind of giving my team the ups that they can actually do a card using this mystery challenge, and then they can put it into our team page. So anyways, we're going to use this. I think it's adorable for a terrific grandson, for a wonderful granddaughter. I'm going to do a grandson one. I think, yeah, this, I could see Kira liking this one as well, but I'm going to do this card, I think, for Riley is what I'm going to do. So I've got some different stuff in here, and I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to be using. So I just put a bunch of stuff all together in here. So we'll see which I end up using in the end. I have Balmy Blue. I think Balmy Blue is going to be kind of a fun one to use, especially for Riley. All right. So hello. Hello. Oh, so nice to see you from, wow, we've got people, we've got Pam all the way from Nova Scotia. We've got people from Kamloops. We've got people from Osoyoos. That's amazing. All right, so this piece is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. So I'm just going to go in and fold into the mountain here. I haven't used this color very often, but I thought it would be a great color to use for this particular one. Now, this designer series paper is something that I want to use. Do you know where this designer series paper came from? It's on the back side of the Kindest Gnomes or Storybook Gnomes. So I want to have this as part of my card. So, but I am doing a cutting sort of thing with this. So we're hoping it works okay. So I'm going to use repositional tape. And I just want to put this down on here because I'm going to go ahead and I'm doing a particular fold. Say I haven't done this fold in I would say almost a year. Now it's this part I want to fold back on here. So what I want to do is I want to just go and mark just so that I know where I'm going from. You could use a different size post-it note. It's been suggested by some to use the 3x3 post-it notes, which is a good size actually to use because of the way that we're actually cutting this particular card. So it's this corner that I want to measure. So this part is really kind of important, and this is probably the hardest part of everything. So I'm going to measure this at the 3-inch mark, and I'm going to bring my my trimmer, and I'm going to come down here and I'm going to mark this right at the 3-inch right there. And you can see now, because I put this 1/4 inch of So Saffron paper behind on here, I can see my ruler and my markings so much easier. So what I want to do is there's a line up there and a line up there. So as soon as I'm at the 3-inch, I'm going to push down and I'm going to cut up to 5/8 of an inch. We could go to 1/2 inch, but you know, 5/8 of an inch is probably better because it gives you a bit of movement on there. And I just move back and forth. You can feel where it stops. So you have that like that. I'm going to move that back down to the 3-inch mark, and you'll see why in just a second. Then I'm going to turn this way here. I'm going to line this up at the 3-inch mark. And then what I'm doing is I'm lining this up with the same spot that it was, and I'm going to come down here to the 5/8. I just want to make sure that I'm right at that, where that cut is. So I'm pushing down, and then I'm going to come to 5/8. So 5/8 of an inch from this part right here, just like that. And then I'm just going to run up, back, forth, just like that. There we go. All right. So we have that like this. I have a thought process, so I'm hoping that this works. All right, so did this cut all the way through? Yeah, it did. So now I want to take this part off. And what I want to do is I want to go ahead and I want to cut this particular piece out. I'm hoping this part's going to work. So again, this was lined up at 3 inches, so I should be able to get that right to the spot. There. Whoops. And then I'm going to line this up here. This is actually going to be a little bit. So 3 inches there. Just going to line that up like that. And I just want that square cut out there. So let me just go in. I'm going to have to snip that actually with my snips. And the only reason I'm doing it this way, and then I'm actually going to measure this at 2 5/7/8 by 2 7/8. So I've got this. This way I get a piece on the inside as well. All right, so I'm hoping I've got everything all done right there. So this piece here is going to go right up here. And now what I can do is I can turn around and I can actually put this on the front with permanent. So I'm going to use my glue actually so that it stays on there. It's a shame to cover up these cute gnomes, but at the same time, I really like this sweater print, I think is kind of what it is, right? So we're just going to go ahead and just put that right in there like that. And that's only because I want to have the designer series paper onto the front. Now, this is 5/8 of an inch from there, 5/8 of an inch from there. Now, this is the part of the fold that is so cool. So what you're going to do is you're going to push this back like that. You're going to line this up. You know what? I don't have that quite glued enough. We need to have that really glued down. So let me just let that sit. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to bring this in like this. We're going to get this so that it's straight. So we want it in on that part and in there. Let's see, do I have that? This is probably the hardest part. It's just to come like that, and then let's just get the bone folder just going like that. So now what I want to do on the inside of this part here, I'm going to actually glue this part down. Like I say, this is a modification from the way I used to do this. So this is just going to come in like this, but I want this part to line up right like this. And then what's going to happen, whoops, not on this side. It's going to be on this side. I want it on this side right here. And I want that so that we have it on the inside. So let me just go ahead and put that on. And by cutting it the way I did, I have a bit of, just a tiny bit of a border on here. There we go. All right, so it's just like this. And then this is on the inside like that. Now, I guess what I probably could have done was I could have turned it around so that it was going this way, but I didn't think of that until just now. All right, so now what we want to do is we can go ahead and we can tack this part down here, just along there and there. So I'm going to come in actually with my seal. We're just going to put a little bit there and a little bit there. And that's going to allow this to be tacked down like so. So we have our card, and it's just, like I say, a corner fold. Now I have a bunch of different colors here. So I could put, this is 3 inches. So this part would be 2 3/4. So I could go where I could even do this. I've got a bunch of different colors combinations here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with the clean look. I could have done this color, but that color would have looked really good with that. So I'm going to come in with my squares, and I'm sorry, I'm not watching. Oh, and we've got Margaret from Sydney. Wide variety of people, that's for sure. So this piece happens to be 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And I'm just layering this onto this part right there. Whoops, and see, that's why I use glue. There we go. Now, this is where I'm going to bring the circle parts in. I'm going to bring in a circle. This is cut from the stitched stylus shape dies. And then I've got this piece here that's going to go on there. And then I have also a piece that's going to go on the inside, but we're going to leave that because we're going to decorate that in a bit. Okay, so now let's bring in our stamp set. So I want to have this guy on the front. So I've gone ahead and put them onto some blocks. Now, really a seal probably should be, and my thought process was a gray blue seal, but honestly, this is too cute of a seal anyways to be that way, to look realistic. So I'm just going to go in with my balmy blue. Now this is a distinctive stamp. So I'm just going to go ahead and just put this onto here. Oh, it's wet in Sydney. Oh my goodness. It's a beautiful fall day here in the interior of BC, let me tell you. Now I think I'm going to have to cut this out. Now, also on this part here, what I was thinking of doing, I thought this was such a cute tree. It's kind of like a Charlie Brown tree, right? So I was going to kind of keep to the blues. So I think I'm going to use a mint macaron. You notice I used an old stamp pad there. And what had happened was I colored my other stamp pad with the wrong color. I colored it with Pool Party. So I'm actually just going to put this over to this side and see how it looks. Such a cute tree. And then they have these, and I'm not sure what those are. I was thinking it's kind of like ice marks on like maybe a glacier sort of thing. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to do that with Balmy Blue. Just going to put that down there. And then I think I can put this on there and it'll work out okay. All right. So like I say, this is part of our team challenge. So by doing this mystery challenge, I'm allowing my team to get one card done. You know, it's funny. This was one stamp set that I had picked out right at the very beginning. I think what I really liked about the whole stamp set was the sayings for the granddaughter and the grandson. We actually have another stamp set that kind of has all that stuff on there too. So I'm just fussy cutting this. No dies for this. This is just a plain stamp set. But how fun. This would also be cute for really cute treat bags and that sort of stuff, right? All right. That's going to come up like that. I'm going to give it a three-dimensional sort of thing with the glue or with the dimensionals. So let's see. This is going to go on here like this. I think I'll just glue that right on. Like I said, this is cut from the Stylish Shapes. So it just shows you that you can mix and match circles and squares. Yes. I never used to buy any kind of stamp sets like this. Now, do I want to pop that up and just pop this up? I think there's a lot of dimension on it already. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on. Let's just put this right on there like so. Let's come in with our dimensionals. I really want this popped up. And you know what? I think I might even come in and just use a small dimensional, even right there on the tail. I'm not sure where my Take Your Pick tool went, but we'll use this one. We're just going to put that right there on the tail so that it pops up. There we go. Just like that. It's cute, eh? Now, what I probably could have done, and it might have been better, is let's put that sort of in the middle. And then I also went and I cut from the Stylish Shapes. I went and I cut one of these smaller banners. This is actually my second Stylish Shapes because I had lost this shape. So let's do this for grandson. I'm sure Riley will love this. Let's go ahead and put that on there. And I'm thinking to myself that it needs to be a darker blue so it shows up. So I'm actually going to go ahead and use Night of Navy. I could have used Pacific Point. Wonder what I should do. Pacific Point or Night of Navy. I think this is a seal, actually. I'm thinking Night of Navy. Let's try Night of Navy on here. If it doesn't work, I'll just change it up. So let's go ahead and see what this... There we go. You know what? It might have even been okay. And I'm going to clean that up, and I think I'm going to try it with the balmy blue because it might be enough. Just clean that off. Doesn't quite blend with it is what I'm having issues with. Now I know I cut another one of those. There we go. The whale was adorable as well. Okay, so let's go there. See if I can get that in the middle. There we go. You know what? I think that's better with it in the blue. That's for sure. Okay, now let's figure out what we're going to do for the inside. I really like this. My grandson lives in Montreal, so here together or miles apart, you're always in my heart. I think that's an adorable one for him. So I'm just going to see. This is just a little bit too high. Let me just double check to make sure that that's straight. Yep, that's pretty good. I'm just going to go and put that right in about there. There's some other really, really cute images in here as well. I really like this. So I'm going to go in. And this is a swirl that I think I'll turn it this way. And I think I'm just going to put it off to the side here. Just like that. And then it's got this little seal. Let's go ahead and we're just going to go and put him right about there. There we go. Okay. So now I can go ahead and put that on the inside here. And this kind of just gives a bit of some fun over there. So, like I say, this is a mystery challenge. The clues were Christmas, animals, and circle. This has to go on here, so we'll go ahead and put that on with dimensionals. We're going to use 3 because I don't want it dipping. Yeah, I've been dying to use this particular stamp set. So that's just going to go right like that. And then, of course, we need to put on some embellishments. So I was thinking that the fine sparkle adhesive ones would look pretty cool on there. So let's just see how they'll look. If not, the iridescent rhinestones will look good. You know what? That'll work just fine. So let's go there. And we'll put another one right down here. We could put that on the inside, actually. There. So there we go. That's kind of a heavy card because of that fold. So try that. Give that corner fold a try. You may have to look at the video a couple of times just to get where to cut that, because it's just one of those ones that's really kind of, you got to wrap your head around it. I remember doing this. I did 50 cards, actually. I did it for a swap. So you get to the point you really know what you're doing on there. So let me I just want to get that score line really nice. And so there we go. There's my card for Riley. And I almost missed out on there. I almost got that too far. But what I could have done was put the embellishment there. Yeah, I think the little guy's going to like this card in any event. I hope you enjoy it as well. So don't forget to enter, and I will be posting this Saturday. I will be posting the draws from the people that have won for the stamp sets, or if you live out of town, I will post, or if you live out of country, I can send off a tutorial. but put that into my Facebook group. The stamping group is just down below down here in the things. But this is the mystery challenge. This will count towards October's mystery challenge. I love giving stuff away. I've got a really cute couple of stamp sets. One's a Christmas one and one's another one. And don't forget, join me tomorrow. Tomorrow is my Now What series. Basically, that's where I take something from the studio. I've already picked it out, so we'll see how that works. And where I'll show you hopefully a different use for it, or hopefully you'll pull it out and you'll use it. So have a great evening. Don't forget to give me the thumbs up, share my video. I really do appreciate that. And we will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.